All right. What's up? It's Thomas, Graveyard Shift Movie Podcast. And, last week there was no episode. And, going forward, I don't think there's going to be any more. any more episodes. I think it's about time to wind down the podcast, everybody. Uh, yeah, it's gotten to a point where, it started out with four people, and then slowly, over time, it just became me, and it's fine, I enjoyed the podcast because it gave me an excuse to watch a new movie every week, and some weird shit that I would never usually watch, like the Devil's Candy. Like, I wouldn't watch that just on a whim. I watched that because I needed something to watch for the podcast, and that popped up, and it ended up being a pretty good little movie. But it's just the Devil's Candy episode. I remember being like, "Fuck, I have to make a podcast." Like, it's become more of just a chore at this point, and not something. Not that I don't not enjoy it, but it's definitely not like a looking forward to it kind of thing that I was, 3 years ago or whatever when this started. Um, so yeah, I think the podcast is gonna wind down. Um, I don't see it coming back. Maybe every now and then, if I get someone that wants to talk about something. But with just me, I think it's done. Um, the channel, I will say, is not done. I don't think. I'm probably gonna update it eventually, and still do like movie review type thing, but not in the long format of a podcast. But probably like not even shorter videos. It'll probably still end up being like 25, 30 minutes. Um, but yeah, more edited. I felt really lazy recently with the podcast too, because I would make them the days that they came out, and I never had any urge to like get a bunch in a row so I could edit them well and stuff. Like, there's some podcasts I edit, like I spent time like adding a whole bunch of shit in there, but recently it's just become, it's sort of in the back of my mind. Like, I wasn't giving it my full attention. So the channel will come back eventually. I'm not going to give you a time frame on when that is, but eventually it'll be back with more shit that you can watch. But I think the podcast is done. Um, if you watch the podcast and you went over to the gaming channel, trust me, I'm Thomas. Please stay over there. Stuff is going to keep coming out. I am very focused on that right now. And I've been having a lot of fun making videos over there. Um, so stuff will always be coming out on that channel. But this one's gonna take a hiatus for a while. Like I said, the podcast I think is done. When I come back, there's a good chance we'll change the name. I kind of have an idea for the name, which honestly is just what the podcast was originally supposed to be called. Um, but yeah, so eventually when I'm probably gonna rebrand the whole channel, uh, and turn it into something new. Still horror related because that's what I want to talk about and watch, and I feel most comfortable talking about. Um, and the non horror stuff will be sprinkled throughout. But yeah, if you watch the podcast at all, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I really do. Papa Hades. I don't know if you haven't commented in a while, but Papa Hades, you stuck around for a long time. You went through the back catalog, and I appreciate it. So yeah, thanks for ever watching. If you left a comment, a like, watching any of the shorts we put up. Yeah. So anyway, so I think that's it. I think this is the end of the podcast. Um, and I will see you. Well, once again, I'll see you on the gaming channel all the time. But till the next time I see you on this channel, it'll probably be a little bit. But eventually, I will see you again on here. So All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.